Night marchers are coming. Chilling and thrilling, says Wasi Magazine. A real trip, says Tribune Herald. It gave me chicken skin, says Sun Magazine. Some legends are best left alone.
Don't run!
The Night Marchers? They're here to protect the King's Trail. If you come across them, 1 is to lay down bare naked. 2, don't ever look them into the eyes.
What happens if we actually don't follow these rules?
You'll die.
So it looks about 20 years ago, an entire film crew, some local boys, and a cop all went missing. And the case is still open.
We're gonna die soon.
I disrespected the Aina. I disrespected my bloodline.
Get down!
Tim, stop filming! Aloha. This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And last night, Friday night, I saw the opening weekend premiere of the new reboot, I thought it was a sequel, of The Night Marchers. And remember our rating scale, shock a thumbs up. It's good to see, I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down, it's bad to see, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And, well, for the 2019 version of The Night Marchers, it is a shock a thumbs up. Now this is like I said, a reboot, a continuation almost of the Brett and Blake Cousins directorial debut back in 2001 of the original Night Marchers movie. And basically, Night Marchers are a legend, some would say a myth, some would say true here in Hawaii, that, it is ghost spirits of ancient Hawaiian warriors who still to this day defend the chief's lands and the chief himself. Now, this is mainly for burial grounds, sacred areas on the Aina, where people should not be going, and if they do go, they should be very careful of how they approach these areas, how they step, definitely taking care not to disturb any of the relics, the bones, any of the artifacts that might be present in these areas. Many of the hiking trails up and around the forests are littered quite profusely with some type of artifacts from the past. And so basically you need to be careful, because the Aina itself is sacred land, but even much more so in these areas. And if you're not careful about it, if you're just brazen and foolhardy like some howlies in this movie, the Night Marchers will come and seek you out and basically kill you, or take you away and you're never seen again. And so basically that is the story. We have some tourists that hire a local boy, I believe played by Keali Kanikoa, who takes these people on a guide through some of the sacred artifact lands, some of the caves, in the outbacks of Hawaii. During a hike, they disturb some relics, and the Night Marchers are thus spurred into action. Pretty much it plays out very much like a Blair Witch scenario. Now, I had never seen the original back in 2001. I had gotten to the islands, too late for that. By the time I arrived in 2001, it had already passed and gone. But I did hear people talking about it. And so when I found out that there was a new movie or a reboot of this, I was very excited to see it. And let me just say, standouts for this movie are, actress Nuhea Lau, who is from Maui. She does an excellent job. She is probably the best actor on this show, in this movie. And, it is very... it is very good that, we had local production, local wide release, at least here in Hawaii, from all the major theater chains. Support this movie. I don't know if it's going to hit the mainland, surely on DVD and online, possibly streaming. You can see the 2000 version, I believe, on YouTube. Just search The Night Marchers, and you'll be able to see it. This one will probably take a while, but the trailer is out there, so you can watch that. I've put some of the trailer in there, starting with the very original, so you can see the difference just in the amount of film, the difference between using film and using the digital products at the Blake Cousins. That's their name, Blake Cousins, even though they're twins, and they do star in the movie. And their acting is okay. But mainly the two prominent actors are the actress, and actor Kaylee Kanikoa and Anu Hea Lau. She is the most talented out of this movie. And she really sells her scenes. Kaylani does pretty good as well, but because he's dealing with people of inferior acting ability, they just seem to be doing their lines. The people that he's playing against, these tourists, they're basically saying their lines kind of with a smirk on their face. And, maybe that's part of the realism for this. If they're frightened, if they're scared, they're nervous, they're not taking the situation as seriously as they might. A lot of tourists come to Hawaii, and they go out hiking, they go swimming, snorkeling, and they are not necessarily as safe as they should be because they know it's Hawaii. It's like, oh, this is Hawaii. This is not like I'm out in Africa, in the bush, in the outback of Australia where it could be really dangerous. It's like, no, it is dangerous. Plus, there are things out there that you may not understand. And that is the legend of the Night Marchers. Every culture has its own myths and legends, which are based on fact. The Night Marchers were actual Hawaiian warriors, basically a special bodyguard troop for the chieftains. And, so of course they would follow them and defend them and their lands in the afterlife, which, many people even today still state that they are out there and they have actually seen them or, heard some kind of strange sounds in the evenings on hikes out in the mountains, in rural areas where, they attribute that to the Night Marchers. So they very well could be out there. They very well are out there in some manner to speak of. And, best of all, you can see them clearly in this movie, very well depicted, very well, I believe what they would consider accurate to, the times. And it's filmed and shot very well digitally by, the by Blake and Brett. Blake and Brett, who had done this show, who directed it, the Cousins brothers. And so, yes, I do recommend this movie. It is a shock, a thumbs up. I'm, of course, a little biased in the fact that, you know, I live here in Hawaii, and, you know, I'm fascinated by, you know, these myths and legends of yesteryear. Not just here in Hawaii, but also everywhere. You know, I have never experienced it, but I have been to several places, you know, that have given me kind of creepy feelings with such areas. And so, you know, that could be attributed to the night marchers. You know, just, you know, if you're out and about late at night, away from, you know, the lights of the city, who knows what you might see out there, you know, but definitely you don't want to go seek them out, like the fools in this movie. But yes, so, you know, this movie is grounded in a bit of reality, you know, at least as far as the myths and legends go. You know, but it is, of course, a piece of fiction, and, you know, like the Blair Witch Project, but, you know, with a sprinkling of, you know, reality in there as well. So definitely go ahead and check it out. This opened up yesterday, the 25th, Friday, at most theaters here in Hawaii. Look for it streaming online within probably the next month. They say that it's going to run through at least Halloween, and you should probably, you know, feel free to go ahead and check it out. All right, thank you so much. This is Trinidad, the Island Man, your Island Man, saying, you know, thank you for watching, and aloha.
Have you ever heard of the Night Marchers?
Oh, who are you?
What, you all these come from the mainland? You guys just don't learn, bro.
Yeah, I've seen them in the valley.
As a matter of fact, last week I was hunting with my dogs, and I heard the drums and I seen the lights.
You shouldn't be looking for the night marchers. Not at all. Best you get out of here.
I don't crew over here that they went missing 20 years ago. They're not even around anymore. So basically how these go back where you guys came from.
You really want to see the night watchers, huh? You know, you're gonna die.